Hello, I'm Senator Ed Markey, and I'm here today with Angus Friday, who is the ambassador from the island nation of Grenada to the United States of America. And the ambassador is a global leader on climate change and on the danger to island nations that climate change, unfortunately, does pose as a risk. So welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Could you tell us some of your concerns about climate change and what the risks are for nations like Grenada?
Well, I think some of the risks for Grenada, islands like Grenada, have already been played out to some extent, have already started happening. We see that in an island like Grenada, for example, one hurricane alone has caused damages worth 200% of GDP. Now, when you think about the damage that was done by Hurricane Katrina, which was less than 3% of the US GDP, Hurricane Sandy, less than 1% of the US GDP, and you think of a single hurricane in one night wiping out 200% of an island's GDP, and you get an idea of the scale of the challenge that small islands are facing. And this is just one of them.
So what, if anything, gives you hope about the ability to deal with climate change?
Frankly, Senator, it's people like you and the work that you are doing and the work that the United States is trying to do on the whole issue of climate change. We see that the US has a huge part to play in the climate story. Any success that we will have in climate change will largely be due to the United States. Yes, we recognize that the US is a large emitter of carbon, but we also see that some of the best solutions are coming from the United States. And the extent to which policymakers like you could set the framework, could set the signal that gets the private sector moving to invest more in renewable energy, for example, in electric transportation. You know, some of the things coming out of Silicon Valley in the area of just electric vehicles, for example. And recently, Tesla has come up with some new technology for rechargeable batteries go into houses. So this can deal with some of the intermittency issues. So we're very, very encouraged by what's happening in the United States, and we'd like to see much more of that.
And finally, what burden does it place upon Grenada when 200% damage in relationship to the gross domestic product of Grenada occurs? How long does it take to recover from a storm like that?
It takes years. It takes years. We had the hurricane in 2004. By 2007, we said to people that we were open for business. We received, because of the work of my Prime Minister, we did a huge amount of work to build back better and to get the country back together. But still, we're seeing some of the ongoing impacts of climate change. Grenada is now under an IMF-approved program, for example, for debt restructuring and everything else. So these things take years to rectify.
So thank you, Ambassador. You are a global leader, and I think your voice is going to have a powerful impact here in Washington, D.C., as we have to make decisions heading into Paris and the negotiation that the whole world is going to participate in. But we know that the United States has to be the leader if countries like yours are not going to suffer the consequences of ever worsening climate change. So thank you, sir.
We appreciate your hard work, and we look forward to seeing you in Paris.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.